Welcome to Culture and Digital Tools. We are students at the University of Ontario Institute of Technology, located in Oshawa, Canada. Today we will be presenting to you an analysis of the purpose of museums, their influence on culture, and how digital technology can enhance our learning experience at museums.
Museums have a rich history dating back to the first known museum in Egypt at the University of Alexandria. Over the years, the culture of museums has spread to almost all countries in the world, and currently, almost every country in the world has a national museum, regardless of how small they may be. Traditionally, the role of museums was to collect ancient objects that had a bearing on our livelihoods and other artifacts of cultural and historical importance, conserve them, carry out research on them, and display them to the public for the purposes of education and leisure. In February 2014, our group of students from the University of Ontario Institute of Technology had the opportunity to visit the Royal Ontario Museum located in Toronto, Canada. The Royal Ontario Museum is among the world's leading museums of natural history and world cultures. In combining a universal museum of cultures with that of natural history, the Royal Ontario Museum offers an unusual breadth of experience to all visitors. At this museum, we had the opportunity to view the galleries of Greece, Egypt, Chinese architecture, and Chinese temple art.
An issue we came across while visiting the Royal Ontario Museum was the lack of feeling completely submerged within each ethnical culture we came across. Many of the cultural representations were displayed and focused through materialistic features of different artifacts and statues. The depiction of everyday cultural norms such as clothing, music, and food were completely overlooked, eliminating the opportunity of demonstrating a real sense of the atmosphere through both visual and hands-on methods. The museum also lacked an upgrade of digital technologies such as televisions or audio sets, which are contributing factors to enhancing the overall learning experience and expanding the representation of individual cultures. The information displays were hard to read as well as being not visually attractive to the learning audience, making it hard to sustain interest and display an appropriate interpretation of each cultural development. Some of the possible solutions to the issues we have addressed are the Royal Ontario Museum could develop more creative ways in providing their audience with a broader idea and sense into cultural differences. By taking advantage of each section that separates the different ethnic backgrounds, the museum would have better cultural representations than just simply providing window displays. Having specific areas that play traditional music and dances, as well as the incorporation of traditional clothing, would provide a visual, attractive cultural atmosphere immersing the audience. Through both physical and visual learning, the museum will gain the advantage of depicting an appropriate interpretation of several cultural norms, as well as furthering the audience's cultural learning experience. The lack of digital technology allows the museum to integrate into a digital future. By converting all information displays to digital screens, the Royal Ontario Museum will capture an advantage by implementing such technology. This method is also beneficial for accessibility as it will aid those who have trouble hearing or seeing. The digital information screens will have audio sets and will be easy to navigate. The digital displays will enhance the visitor's experience and allow them to explore each exhibit in ways the artist intended them to. The museum would offer both a visually intense image and physical environment, attracting a larger audience, as well as providing an easier learning atmosphere for all ages.
The Canadian Museum of Civilization, located in Gatineau, Canada, provides an experience like no other in exploring Canadian history. With massive 3D dioramas, colorful displays, and life-size exhibits, the Canadian Museum of Civilization provides a unique learning experience for all visitors. In my opinion, I believe the Canadian Museum of Civilization provides a stronger cultural experience than the Royal Ontario Museum. On my visit to the Canadian Museum of Civilization, I felt immersed in Canadian culture and received a highly informative and memorable experience due to the realism of the exhibits and interactive learning components. To date, it is my favorite experience at a museum, and I would highly recommend others to visit the Canadian Museum of Civilization.